Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Jeff at Lockdown Security, www.lockdownsecurity.ca. And today I'm making a video on something that I generally have to explain quite a bit when we have a client that's interested in adding what we call a cloud dash camera to their vehicle. So let's get started right there. What is a cloud dash camera? Well, a cloud dash camera is essentially a dash camera that you can remotely view via the internet, aka the cloud. So what does that mean? That means that basically you could be sitting in your office, kind of like what I'm doing right now, and you'd be able to log in via your phone or via a web portal to view the video image from your dash camera. Now, this video is about why you need a dash camera battery when you install and want to use a cloud dash camera. And I'm going to explain why that is. And specifically, it's related to the current draw consumption of your dash camera when it is in parking mode, as well as when it is being utilized and accessed via the cloud. What I can say is that the current draw is quite high, and I'm going to show you exactly how high that is and why a dash camera battery is imperative. I'm also making this video to add to our new cloud dash camera section on our website, www.lockdownsecurity.ca, because we clearly have essentially your ability to compare all of our available cloud dash camera service plans. So you can pick which service plan is financially most appealing to you. And then next to that, we have a link to all of our dash camera batteries where we specifically say we strongly suggest adding a dash camera battery if you plan to purchase and use a cloud dash camera. Find out why here. When you click that button, it's going to take you to a link to this video, which we will explain now why you want to use a dash camera battery. So let's proceed from there. So I'm going to base this video on Blackview dash cameras. Why? Because Blackview dash cameras are by far, or Blackview as a company is one of the pioneers in the cloud dash camera space. They were one of the first retail dash camera companies to release the cloud viewing capability through their Blackview over the cloud system. Now it is known as the Blackview Cloud, as well as Fleeta. Essentially all one and the same. They are a internet-based viewing method for you to remotely view the video and recorded images or recorded videos from your dash camera. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you their dash camera model called the DR970X 2-channel LTE plus 2. NA standing for North America. So this is the North American version with the North American modem built in of their dash camera. This is a front and rear dash camera, 4K in the front, 1080p in the rear, and has the modem where you put the SIM card and communicate to the internet and get the mobile connection built into the camera. So this is the camera that we would recommend anybody use that wants to use the cloud system, but there are other cameras which I'll get into shortly as well. So let's take a look at the technical specifications of this camera. So you got to scroll down on the Blackview website to view this. So let's go up here. Okay, here we go. This is what I call the nitty-gritty of details regarding this camera. So I'm going to zoom in, make this a little bit bigger for everybody to see, and I'm specifically going to highlight these details here. Okay, and what you're going to see is essentially the power consumption per hour. So power consumption hour is what they list this as. Essentially, they're saying how much power in amperes or in milliamps is this camera going to consume when it's being utilized in its different modes. So you're going to see here normal mode, which is essentially when you're driving the vehicle, if you have the GPS receiver on and you're actually using the cloud functionality, it's going to draw 590 milliamps. Now, that's not such a big deal because you're driving the car and you have the car engine running, or it's assumed that you have the engine running. That is quite a bit of current draw. That is essentially more than half an amp. But again, you have the alternator of the vehicle providing the current and the power to the camera. So it should be fine. Of course, if you're using the camera in normal mode and you only had the ignition on the vehicle, then you're going to be looking at an issue because that's quite a high current draw. Now that's normal, and that's essentially the way the camera works, and that's not a failure of the camera. That's just normal operation. Let's get to the point where you really need to discuss adding a dash camera battery. which would be for parking mode. Now, for those of you who don't know, parking mode is essentially where the camera runs when the vehicle is off. So pretend you have your car parked in a parking lot. You want the camera to record what's going on in case somebody hits the vehicle or damages the vehicle or breaks in. This would be the mode that the camera operates in when the car is parked, engine is off. Now, if we go back to what Blackview states on this particular model, parking mode consumes when the GPS is off, but the cloud service is on, it consumes 430 milliamps, which is just under half an amp of current. If you're in parking mode and you have GPS off and cloud off, that drops to 370 milliamps. Now, we get a lot of people that call us up and they say, hey, I just installed a dash camera and now my battery is dying. Is the dash camera killing my battery? And the answer is yes, the dash camera is killing your battery. Now, how quickly it kills your battery and drains your battery is completely dependent on how much you're driving the vehicle, both distance and time, as well as on the condition of your vehicle battery. So you can see there's a lot of variables, but the short answer to is my dash camera killing my battery is yes, it is killing your battery if you're using your camera in parking mode. This is just plain physics. The camera needs to draw its power from somewhere. So if you have the camera connected to your vehicle battery, yes, at some point, the camera, if you're using parking mode, will be responsible for killing your vehicle battery. Now, that can be overcome by changing the parking mode settings. That can be overcome by ensuring that you're driving your vehicle enough to recharge your battery. But this video is particularly for customers that want to use the cloud mode. So let's get back to these current draw ratings. So if we look here, parking mode, GPS off, cloud on, averages 430 milliamps of draw. And then if you go down here, it says actual power consumption may vary depending on use conditions and environment. And then it says model DR970X 2-channel LTE Plus should be used in circuits that satisfy limited power source. Maximum power consumption is to be less than 100 VA or 8 amps. I'd be lying if I said that I understood what they were saying here. Basically, what I understand from this is that the DR970X 2-channel LTE Plus consumes a lot of power and thus should have a dash camera battery connected to it. Because if you take a look at their parking mode figures, 430 milliamps, this does not factor in the built-in modem. And how do I know that? Because I'm going to compare these readings. This is just for the camera alone. If we take a look at the LTE connectivity module on its own, which, by the way, is what you would use if you were using one of the Blackview dash camera models that does not have the modem built in. This is a modem that Blackview supplies. It is called the LTE connectivity module, the CMLTE 100G. If I scroll up, this is it here in the picture. The little black box, it's got a SIM card opening. It connects via USB to your camera. If we scroll down to the specifications of this, you will see that in idle mode, it's drawing 30 milliamps. In traffic mode, it's drawing 620 milliamps. So if you added 620 and say 430, what do you get there? You get 1,050 milliamps, aka an amp with 50 milliamps on top. Basically, an amp of current draw. So an amp of current draw is similar to what happens if you leave your dome light on in your vehicle. So many of you have done that. You left the door open or you accidentally left the dome light on. And what happens when you come back to the car the next day? Your car does not start because you drained the vehicle battery. Why? Because you were drawing 1 amp of current over a prolonged period of time. So you can imagine if you add a dash camera with a cloud modem and you want to utilize that for all of its intended purposes. And then in addition to that, you're asking your vehicle battery to run the entire vehicle's electrical system, as well as this additional camera. You're placing quite a lot of current draw on that vehicle battery. So this is where having a dash camera battery or dash camera batteries comes into play. You really want to have that additional power source for your cloud connected dash camera, regardless of whether it's Blackview CompuStar, Thinkware, Vantru, you want to have a dash camera battery so that your vehicle battery does not get prematurely drained or killed, as they would say. And so that when you come out to the vehicle, you're always able to start it. Yes, your dash camera may be off because you drained the dash camera battery, but at least you didn't damage and drain your vehicle battery. This is why. And what is this? The amount of current that an LTE modem, which is essentially a radio, requires to run far exceeds what your vehicle battery is designed to handle. Now, I'm going to show you one other camera, which is the brand new Thinkware Elite 8. So this is the technical specs for the Elite 8 2-channel, which has a much lower parking mode current consumption because of the way it activates parking mode. But even still, when you look at the draw, you'll see parking mode, GPS off, 2-channel. They actually have a wattage rating here now, 5.04 watts. Average is 420 milliamps, okay? Power saving mode is under 12 milliwatts. Average less than 1 milliamp. So what is power saving mode? Well, power saving mode is a new mode that Blackview has enabled in this Elite 8, which essentially keeps the camera off until which point an impact or motion is detected, and then it boots the camera up quickly and essentially starts recording. It's their way of trying to consume, or trying to not consume, trying to conserve energy from your vehicle battery. But again, normal mode is 420 milliamps, normal parking mode. You add that to 620 when the modem is transmitting, you're at 1 amp yet again. So I must tell you that if you are utilizing your dash camera for cloud recording purposes, then follow our advice and add a dash camera battery. We have a very helpful comparison system on our website for you to choose. My suggestion, if you are going to use your dash camera in cloud viewing mode, buy the largest dash camera battery that you can find or that you can afford, so that you get the longest amount of energy capacity that you could possibly get. Keep in mind that the larger the battery, the longer it takes to recharge, but also the larger the battery, the longer the power is going to be there for your dash camera. Also, keep in mind that dash camera batteries only charge when the vehicle is running. When the vehicle is off, they have no connection to the vehicle electrical system whatsoever. So hopefully this video provides some clarity on why you need a dash camera battery. I apologize for it being too long, but I do want to outlay and have this as a recorded video, just explaining why we believe having a dash camera battery for any cloud recording dash camera system is very important. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you could, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It goes a long way to help us make more videos like this in the future. Thank you for watching.